Sorry about the technical difficulties here on Ozark Sports Report. Technical difficulties here on opening day.
Working out the glitches. I think it's the cameraman's fault. We'll blame him. we won't say his name. So
Gotta blame
him. We'll blame our new cameraman, newly hired cameraman. Hopefully he still has a job next game.
Hopefully. They're in our production, our fake production truck.
That's right.
We have.
Alerted us from the truck that we were having some difficulties, so we're starting a new stream.
So new stream, we're picking it up here in the top of the second inning of play. So once again, we're here at Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium in downtown Crane, Missouri. As like we said in the most recent stream, we'll be at Hammons Field on Saturday. That's in downtown Springfield, home to the Springfield Cardinals, the AA affiliate to the St. Louis Cardinals that are currently playing right now. Looks like it's Drew Verhagen that's at the mound for the Cardinals, facing Vladimir Guerrero Jr., son of Vladimir Guerrero Sr., who played for the Expos. I think who this is. This is
Lewis.
So it's Ben Lewis. If I can remember what Lewis did in his last plate appearance.
Lewis has reached on an air both times.
So Ben Lewis at the plate for the Panthers, his third plate appearance. Pirates have sent, looks like 11 men to the plate here in the, or Panthers have sent 11 men to the plate.
This is the 12th, yes.
Here in the top of the second inning. And it's 10-0 already here in the top of the second, so that means a run roll could come into play if the Pirates do not score until in the next few innings.
Very well could. Like to see the offense get going. Got to get some stops on defense and see what happens from there. Evans struggling low with command here early. Veteran on the mound, see what he can do.
The pitch.
Leaving it high. Got to get that down.
This curveball looks like it was based off the speed that it was coming to the plate.
You'd like to get that belt high call or slightly above the belt, but you also don't want your guy throwing it there against a good lineup because they're going to hit that ball. And lots of their hitters are going to hit it a long way if you leave it up over the plate.
Mm-hmm. And that's where a lot of those home runs are in the bigs. If they're left belt high,
the great hitters can take
a
good low pitch and drive it, but any major league hitter, if you leave the ball over the middle of the plate, no matter how hard you throw it, can hit it a long way.
Swung on, chopper, third baseman Howard fields it, throw to first, easy, and that is how the long top of the second inning comes to a close. We head now to the bottom of the second inning. Let's score some runs. Pirates trail 10-0. Seth Malstead leads it off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second inning. Pirates are in a pretty big hole, giving up 10 runs too in the first, and they gave up 8 in the second. Pitch to Malstead is outside, and it's 0-1. Like we said, Cardinals and Blue Jays at Busch Stadium. It looks like it's going into the 7th inning, I believe. Top 7.
Top of 6.
Well, they topped the 6th, and they just had a pitching change. New man looks like is Andre Palante for the Cardinals. He's got runners at the corners with Dalton Varsho, the former Diamondback. Gets him to ground out, and that's how the top of the 7th comes to a close in St. Louis. Let's see if the Cardinals can score some runs. I don't know who's due up for St. Louis. 2 balls and 2 strikes there to Malstead.
Malstead just took a 2-strike pitch that might have gotten him rung up with some home plate umpires. Like I said, that high pitch not being called today. Benefited from
Swan
that.
hit off the end of the bat. That's going to drop in. That's going to be a base hit. So Malstead's on for a single.
Sometimes a little blooper is what it takes to get you going. Let's see what happens here.
That brings up the batter in Gavin Cram. First baseman number 3, Gavin Cram. Gavin Cram for his first plate appearance for the Pirates in this ballgame against Morrisville. Let me tell you, this field looks really nice now after the rain came in last week.
It's in good shape. Our maintenance man, Les Essery, came down a couple weeks ago before all that rain, and if you've noticed, the third base line was getting kind of a trench down there, and he's widened it and flattened it, and last rain did not have puddles there, so a lot better shape. So
Most definitely, and you got to think that concrete facade that goes from the third base dugout all the way to the first base dugout.
Really like the looks of that. And the net. The net backstop is much nicer to look through than the chain link one.
Gives you that professional
It does.
look on a baseball field.
When you watch through chain link, you're always seeing the chain link. When you watch through this net, it almost disappears.
It's invisible.
Yeah, you really don't see it. much cleaner view of the game. Much cleaner video probably as well.
Most definitely. And even at the bigs, they have the netting too.
Mm-hmm. Theirs extend all the way down to the foul poles in some situations now to protect fans.
Mm-hmm. Because in those stadiums, say like Busch Stadium, they get about 45 to 50,000 fans just about every night.
A few more than we have here.
Most definitely. We'll pretty much see the same thing when we go to Hammons Field on Saturday. Is we'll be playing, of course, in a minor league ballpark. Probably won't get. I don't know if we're gonna get as many fans there at Hammons.
Still some tickets available in the Crane High School office. I went in and picked mine up today and still had quite a stack. So still some available. Pretty good bargain. $10 you get a April 1st high school game and April 23rd Springfield Cardinal game.
We'll be on the air up there at Hammons Field. So this is something new that I'll be doing. Is streaming up at Hammons Field. I've streamed at US Ballpark. I've streamed just about almost every high school ballpark here in the area, but not the bigger ones. But I did stream at like Nixa and Republic and Hillcrest over the summer, and also streamed at College of the Ozarks where the SWCL tournament games were held at the end of the fall. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Did you have to get a ticket for Saturday's game, or?
I haven't picked mine up yet.
Yeah, probably need to pick one up at the office there at Crane.
I'm not sure if I'll be down here. I don't know. I knew Coach Shelton was going to get me a ticket. I don't know if he brought it down here.
You can probably get one too, yeah.
That one's going to be a fly out to the shortstop. Brings up the batter in Jake Murray to the plate. Second baseman number 21, Jake Murray.
Lady Pirates softball team on the road tonight playing at Hurley. It was a scheduled home game. Had to move it. There's a little more, not damage, but more debris onto their field. They're going to have to get off there and got some new dirt on it and got some good new dirt a few weeks ago, and then got some unwanted dirt from the creek on it. And we're going to peel that back off and get back down to that good dirt.
That's the thing about these ballparks that set right by the creek is it just brings up a lot of that debris, unwanted dirt, mud, you name it, onto the field.
It gets into our buildings.
There's one thing, I mean, we're going to miss this ballpark when we aren't playing here and playing by the school, but we're not going to miss the flooding.
No.
Nothing in one to count there to Jake Murray. Murray's a sophomore. There's 9 sophomores on this Pirates team.
Probably. I know we had a lot of freshmen last year, and most of them stuck with it.
I do see a couple additions. We see Roland Baker. I believe he's a transfer, I believe.
He was here last year, played junior high. He's a freshman, didn't play in the fall. Good kid, good hard-working kid.
Then Wade Alvarado, who came back to the Pirate squad.
Been
And
going for a
then
while.
Ethan Lauer, brother of Ty Lauer. I saw him play basketball this winter.
Yeah, Ethan was on the roster in the fall, but had some injuries and other things, and be able to play now.
So that's the thing is about the start of the season. A lot of new names, new faces, especially in the fall. Which is that's what the big schools don't get is a fall season.
Exactly. Even some of the small schools that play football, though, can't beat having a fall season as a coach. It means a lot, especially when you have a young group like Coach Snap does.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to once again Jake Murray. Holds the bat pretty much at a straight line, say like how Otani holds his bat.
Yep. Wish he could hit like Otani. Wish all of them could. Nothing against Jake. Wish all of them could hit like Otani and pitch like him.
My goodness, he's your hybrid player that you see.
You know, honestly, in my opinion, when Otani becomes a free agent, he's one guy that you can really, really overpay for because you're basically getting 2 players in one guy. You could pay him a lot more than other guys.
Most definitely, I would love to see him wear the birds on the bat.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be incredible, especially when Wainwright retires. That's going to be an open spot for Otani next year.
The ideal situation would be if the Angels are out of the race. And
Catcher number 34, Cohen Cloyd.
if the Angels were to get out of the race at the trade deadline and maybe trade him to the Cardinals, you know, a lot of those guys come into St. Louis not intending to re-sign because they don't know anything about it, but after playing there for a few months, they decide, hey, this is where I want to be.
St. Louis is home. That's why we have Goldschmidt, we have Arenado.
Saw that with Scott Rowland years ago. Mark McGuire, they got him on a 2 or 3 month rental, and next thing you know, they're signed long term.
Same as Matt Holliday. He stayed with St. Louis for 2009 to 2016.
Stayed a lot longer as a player than he did as a bench coach.
Didn't
even make it to spring training. I don't know if he went back to Oklahoma State and is coaching with his brother or what's going on there. Which they got a good replacement for him. And that Skip Schumacher, is that who they got?
Joe McEwen.
Or McEwen, that's right.
He played in the 90s, I believe.
Yeah, Schumacher was already
Schumacher's now the manager for the Marlins.
Yeah.
We have former Cardinals now with Schumacher down in Miami. That's, I believe, John Jay.
Oh, is he on his staff?
If I think so. If I'm correct. I believe John Jay is on the Marlins staff, which he's actually from the Miami area.
Yeah. I bet if you look through the Major League managing and coaching staffs, you'll see a lot of people with connections to the Cardinals. They raise guys to be good players and managers.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Cohen Cloyd, the catcher. He's pretty much like what Yadier Molina is or Wilson Contreras is now for the current St. Louis Cardinals.
Yep, puts on the gear.
And calls games. The pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There to Cohen Cloyd, which he actually got to lead off in the. So he got to lead off last year.
Some last year he did. Pitcher seems to be disrupted a little by base runners. Get a 10-run lead, you just go out there and get hitters out, and those base runners can't hurt you.
Mostly just play catch with the catcher. Pitch is upstairs now. It is 2-2 the count.
3-2.
3-2 the count. Very hard to see what
It is.
the counter
Yeah.
is much more dimmer than say the
It
runs
is.
on the scoreboard.
Need some new panels probably in those sections. It must be bent a little bit too, because sometimes the 2s and 3s get
Yeah.
looking the same. Ball
Walk is issued. Ball 4 to Colin Cloyd. That's going to bring up Ty Lauer to the plate. Left fielder number 31, Ty Lauer.
Santi Lopez going in to be the courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner for Cloyd, number 00, Santi Lopez.
Lopez, a hard-working young player. Coach Voss taking him under his wing on base running, and hopefully be the guy that can step up and make some big plays on the base pass.
Most definitely. Ty Lauer, once again, a senior. He was actually on the Pirate Basketball District Championship team this year.
He was.
Coach Denny Hunt, Coach Bryson Brandstetter led them to the district championship, losing to Marionville in the quarterfinals. Or sectionals, rather. And then Marionville ran into a really good Hartville team in quarterfinals.
They did. And Crane had Marionville beat. Well, I won't say had Marionville beat. Crane had a nice lead at halftime, and Marionville just was relentless. Used that talent they had to come back.
I think I heard some news that Crane's going to be looking for a new coaching staff for basketball.
Yep, Coach Hunt has decided he's going to look elsewhere and maybe get a little closer to home in Springfield. And
You can't blame him.
search is on.
Maybe we can bring back Coach Smith.
I think he's rooted at Forsyth.
Forsyth. So hard to tell. Which basketball season is what, 8 months away?
Yep. I'm sure they'll be doing some interviewing soon, getting to get somebody hired soon before other people take them up.
Swinging a ball. Now back to the screen.
Coach Hunt did a great job here in those 2 years.
Yes, he did.
They always say it takes a couple of years to get your system in. And played for a district championship his first year, won a district championship his second year. Can't ask for a whole lot more.
Most definitely.
Legendary Hall of Fame coach.
I mean, even though even though the Crane had a losing record, but those guys.
What matters is the end of the season, and that's when they played well. Got on a roll late. They had 2 wins going into the late part of the season and ended up with 10.
Yeah, 2 wins.
Yeah, 2 early.
Exeter and Reed Spring this year, and then they just got on a roll. Only got to see 2 wins at home. As a strikeout ends the inning. Strikeout looking, was that right?
Swing.
So no runs that come across, but the Pirates leave 2 men on. We head to the top of the 3rd inning, 10-0 in favor of Morrisville. Landon Burrow leads it off for the Panthers here in the top of the third inning. Looking at the other scores from Major League Baseball, it is a 6-5 Cardinal lead. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Goldschmidt drove in the go-ahead run. Let's see if Arenado can get some insurance. 11-7 Rangers against the Phillies. That's going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Pirates and Reds are tied. It's 4. As Burrow will be on for a double. An error on the
left field. Routine ball, got a glove on it and dropped. Big SWCL matchup going on just up the road in Billings, I say in Billings, maybe at Purdy. Purdy and Billings playing tonight.
First baseman number 9, Colby Pelham.
Purdy needs the win there and win out to have a chance for the conference championship. Purdy had 2 losses in the fall and Billings had 1.
So 2-0 Twins lead the Royals. That's in the bottom of the 9th inning. Royals are down to their last out of the game. Mets and Marlins are in the top of the 9th down in Miami, with the Mets leading 5-3. And Chicago and Houston are just about to get things going in Houston. Houston is the world champs from this past year. Later on tonight will be the Rockies taking on the Padres. Angels are taking on the A's, and Ohtani's on the mound tonight. And out west in LA, it'll be the Diamondbacks hosting the Dodgers, and the Guardians are out in Seattle taking on the Mariners.
Saw this morning that this was the first time in 40-some years that all major league teams have opened their season on the same day. It's usually staggered a little bit, but I like it this way.
I do too. I believe everybody will get a day off tomorrow.
Some will.
Like the Cardinals have a day off tomorrow, which that's always weird how teams have that off day.
I believe they do
after
it
opening day.
In case opening day rains out, and they have that where same ticket holders can do it, and they don't have to do any rain checks or anything. So the domed places and the warm weather places probably don't have days off tomorrow.
2-1 is foul to the left. What's new about 2023 is everybody plays everybody.
It is.
So the Cardinals will play everybody in the West, East, and Central.
And you play fewer times against each team in your division.
And still get 162 games in.
Nice.
I thought it was going to be more games added to the schedule.
No.
20. Left fielder number 24, Isaac Franska. High school baseball here on Ozark Sports Report is brought to you by Outlaw Diesel and Auto. Outlaw Diesel and Auto located right here in Crane at 424 West Rose Avenue. That's going to be a strike there to Isaac Franska. Outlaw Diesel and Auto specializes in agricultural equipment while offering quality service and repairs on gas and diesel vehicles. So they're I believe they're at that old car wash right by Hamilton Ford.
Yes, they are.
All bounces off of Howard's glove. So still working on sponsorships here from Ozark Sports Report. You can always shoot us an email if you want to sponsor us. I've been making some phone calls as well, following up with businesses, sending emails. It's one thing about doing YouTube high school sports here in the area.
Outlaw is owned by a couple of former Crane baseball players. I don't know if they told you that. Chris and Shannon Lassiter graduated in 96 and 98 respectively, played on the teams together.
They were on Coach Conrad's teams.
They were Coach Conrad's teams. I was assistant in the early. Purdy is down 1-0 in the top of the 3rd to Billings at this point.
Is that game at Billings or is that in Purdy?
Not sure. I'd have to look that up.
3-0 the count to Franska. As we know, Morrisville plays independent. They're not in a conference. They used to be in the Summit
for a couple of years.
Then they were in the PCL, the Polk County League. You take a look at the broadcasters for Valley Sports Midwest. New guy for the Cardinals. That's Chip Carey, who came over from the Braves. Oops. Right fielder here at Loftus. So Chip Carey, a St. Louisan, takes over for Dan McLaughlin, who stepped down in the offseason.
Third generation Skip Carey. Grandfather Harry, father Chip.
Or Skip, you mean?
No, Skip's
Oh, yeah,
dad is
Skip.
Chip.
Yes.
Chip is Skip and then yeah.
And the seventh inning stretch, Harry Carey would always sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at Wrigley Field.
Sometimes way more inebriated than others.
1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Garrett Loftus. I can't remember what Pelham did in this inning.
Pelham struck out.
Loftus had an RBI ground out. 11-0 here in the top of the third inning. Pirates need to keep runs to a minimum. I wonder if that's one thing you preached when you were coaching, when you were down by this much, is keep the runs to a minimum.
Gotta keep it within chipping distance. Everyone's struggling to find the plate.
2 balls and a strike. There to Garrett Loftus. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Evans as he's able to get Loftus. I believe, not sure what the timing on that one was. If he was early, if he was late.
That SWCO game is at Purdy.
At Purdy. Double play there by Tommy Edman. No. But this good. Pardon me, just 1 out. As it's in the top of the 7th inning so far. Brandon Belt, longtime San Francisco Giant. So on that Blue Jays team, a lot of new faces. Kevin Kiermaier, who used to be with the Rays. I think Brett Merrifield, who used to be with the Royals, and now Brandon Belt, who's now with the Toronto Blue Jays from the San Francisco Giants. Pop fly stays on the mound. Evans has it for out number 2. Shortstop number 7, Jacob Presley. As we know, these Panthers are, of course, coached by Jason Gross. Coming into this 2023 season, so far with a 3-1 record. As you said, they lost to Miller. Coming up on Saturday, they got games coming up. Next, That's going to be Stockton and Lighthouse Christian.
Saw that coming up.
And that's which Morrisville has already faced Lighthouse.
Yeah, it'll be their second time.
It was a pretty good thrashing that they gave the Chargers from Lighthouse. Still 11-0 our score. The pitch swung on in a ground ball past the third baseman Lane Howard for a foul ball. So it's 0-2 with 2 outs. And the Pirates could escape this inning with just 1 run scored. It's just that second inning got to him. Swinging a foul back.
Yeah, if not for that second inning, it's a manageable comeback. But dug a big hole so far.
You just got to find a way to get out of it. As we see now, the Cardinal bullpen has pretty much kept this game their game in check against the Jays as Evans was able to strike him out. That was a strikeout looking, wasn't it?
Yes.
Strikeout looking. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Halfway home, but time is ticking. Pirates trail it 11-0. Logan Vaught leads it off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the third inning of play. Pirates have the Panthers have sent just 5 men to the plate in the last inning. As we saw, Wilson Contreras got his first caught stealing from behind the plate as a Cardinal. Nothing in 1 the count there to Logan Vaught, swung on and tapped foul. He's behind 0-2. Vaught flew out to the second baseman. Shortstop rather. The pitch is just outside. And now it's 0-2. Pitch from Loftus as the ball goes to the screen, and it's 2-2. Just barely see the screen, say at Busch Stadium, which we don't have that high-tech camera equipment here. So Palante is working in the top of the 7th inning.
We have to raise that Ozark Sports Report budget to get some higher tech cameras stationed all around the field. We have to get a lot more sponsors.
Most definitely. Maybe some GoPros.
Maybe a camera company will sponsor us and provide the cameras.
That would be real nice. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Vaught. The pitch outside. Rung him up, and that's going to be strike 3. Brings up Brady Robinson to the plate. Shortstop number 25, Brady Robinson. Brady Robinson digs in, walked his last plate appearance. So far, the Pirates in the field or at the plate have not had a 1-2-3 inning.
3 base runners.
But we're not able to capitalize. That's one thing you want to do is you want to capitalize. Don't leave a lot of men on base. Of course, yeah, don't leave a lot of men on base as well. And just get those runs in. The pitch is 1 ball and no strikes there to Brady Robinson. Currently still sitting here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Drop ball there by the catcher in Ben Lewis. I'm sure where Burrow went in the pitching change.
He went center field.
Center, so took over for Loftus, who came from right field as a walk is issued. And that will send up Blake Evans to the plate. Pitcher number 23, Blake Evans. Evans popped out of the pitcher in the 1st inning. 1 out here in the inning, man on first. That is Brady Robinson. The pitch is outside, and it is 1-0. 11-0 our score in favor of the Panthers. Check. Safe, says the bases umpire. I'm not sure how many umpires you get in. I know in baseball, in this level, you get 2 umpires, 1 behind the plate, 1 on the bases. I don't know if it changes by each class you go up.
No, it'll be a 2 umpire crew throughout the regular season. 3 umpire crew starting with the district championship and beyond from there.
We don't know where districts will be at for Crane, if they're going to host it, if they'll go somewhere.
My opinion, which matters nothing at all anymore, but my opinion would be to have them at Blue Eye on their new turf. And I know it's a long drive for everyone else, but if you want to make sure you get the games in, Sets up, whoever wins it sets up your pitching for the sectional by getting your games in on time. Having a turf field available is
1-1 as the ball gets away. 2 balls and a strike. There to Blake Evans. Two on the count once again. The 2-1. Ooh, and that is a little inside, and that's now 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1, swing and a miss, or swing and a foul tip, and it's 3-2. One thing we know about Evans is he can put up some lengthy at bats.
He does. Battles well. Sees the ball pretty well for the most part. This is his 4th year of seeing varsity pitching. Got some time at DH as a freshman and then pretty much full time as a sophomore.
Step off the bag.
As a timeout was called.
Timeout was called. Which that's not, I don't think you get those in Major League Baseball anymore. Those is the timeouts.
Your batter gets 1 timeout per at bat, and that's it. So after that, don't even ask.
Not sure how many of the coaches get.
High school level, you get 3 free ones per game. If you change pitchers, that doesn't count as one of them.
3-2. Strike 3 is he is rung up on strikes. Sends up Lane Howard to the plate. Third baseman number 30, Lane Howard. Lane Howard struck out swinging his last plate appearance. You know, he was a bat boy and turned into a baseball player.
Lane's been in the program for a long time.
Same as Joey Thompson.
Both of them been in since about 4th grade. Lane maybe even 3rd grade.
Want to know the count to Howard. And he's part of that Howard gang that comes through Crane. Which I believe that would be the last. I believe Lane Howard would be the last Howard to come through.
Last of that generation until the Howard boys have kids of their own and start bringing them up through.
2 balls and no strikes count to Lane Howard. All said, waits on deck. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Lane Howard. The pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And like we said, time is ticking for these Pirates to get men on base, get runners get runners on. They got a runner in scoring position. That is Brady Robinson. Ball gets away. This is going to score a run, and the Pirates are on the board. And it's 11-1 Morrisville.
Bad throw by the catcher back to the pitcher.
And they're going to cost you.
The fundamentals are huge. Something simple like throwing the ball back to the pitcher can sometimes cost you a run.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice, and this happens with a lot of teams, the second baseman and shortstop were not backing up that throw back. Had they been, the runner might not be able to score. You need to back that up every time with runner, especially the runner in the 3rd. Strike 3 in the dirt. Got him by 1st.
Throws on to 1st, and that's how the bottom of the 3rd inning comes to a close. We head on to the top of the 4th inning. It's 11-1 in favor of Morrisville. Kenobi will lead it off for the Morrisville Panthers. Kind of rhymes with Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi from
Obi-Wan,
Star Wars.
yeah.
11-1 our score in favor of Morrisville. As that one is
Foul.
just hit foul. You know, with the early start tonight that we've had, rain so far has stayed away.
So far. Keep moving it around. As of this morning, it was going to come in tomorrow morning, and then Coach Stump called me early this afternoon and said, looks like it's coming in around 6, and then the next time we checked, it was 7. And then they moved that at 4:30, probably a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
Never want to not get to play JV games, but you always want to try to get that varsity game in if you can.
Most likely.
Especially when you're playing a state-ranked team, you want to test your guys. Jordan Walker is 1 for 3 in his major league debut, batting with the bases loaded.
Not bad. That is crucial, batting with the bases jammed.
Can endear himself to Cardinal fans right here if he gets it.
Third baseman number 15, Connor Stockton. I mean, people who live down here have already seen Jordan
Yeah.
Walker play at Springfield. And who knows, and people who went down to spring training or who live in Florida have seen Jordan Walker, saw the Cardinal minor leaguers.
Drives in the run with the fielder's choice to give him the lead.
76 St. Louis.
Got
In
down the
the
line
bottom of the
really
seventh
fast
inning.
to keep it from being a double play.
Scores Contreras. You see Vladdy Jr. showing the ball right in front of Jordan Walker's face. He's trying to toss it over to Ollie Marmol. They're in the Cardinal dugout. Bichette had
Another second generation player in Bichette.
Dante Bichette played for the Rockies back in the 90s. Actually was part of the first Rockies team
He was.
back in 1995.
Lake Street Bombers. And then is Biggio on that team still?
Kevin Biggio, I believe so.
Yeah, a lot of second generation there.
Craig Biggio played for the Houston Astros. And back when Houston was in the NL Central, Biggio was one of those players along with Carlos Beltran, Lance Berkman.
Biggio was one of the rarities that came up as a catcher and became a center fielder. I think may have played some second base as well.
I believe so. 2 balls and a strike the count. And as we see in Major League Baseball, now they have bigger bases, about 18 inches, or they've expanded up to 18 inches. I believe it's to eliminate stolen bases or something like that.
Could help with stolen bases. Don't know really what the logic was there, but we'll see how it plays out. 2 quick outs for Evans.
Number
there.
23, Tristan Brugman. If I can remember, was it a strikeout, ground out
What's that?
on the last 2?
Yeah, strikeout and then a ground out to Cram at first base.
2 outs here in the inning once again.
It's like Donovan having a good day, 3 for 4.
Brendan Donovan is one of those players who is going to be really good.
Pops
For
out
St.
there.
Louis pops out to, so that's below Bichette. We head to the top of the 8th inning in St. Louis. 7-6 score. Cardinals lead it. Ground out. Is playing first. So Brugman, who's had a really good day today.
Good
So
single,
far
a double and
he's-
a walk so far, 2 for 2.
I forgot a single too in the first.
Yep.
Single, double, and walk.
Brugman plays hard. He does hustle. Works hard. He's a talker. You see him come to the plate. Used to when he talked a lot to the hitters. Comes to the plate. That's ongoing conversation with the catcher or umpire. He's one of those guys that thinks he knows everybody. And maybe he does.
3-0 the count to Brugman as he will draw a walk. He's on base again to make more headaches. Brings up Ben Lewis to the plate. Catcher number 13, Ben Lewis. Lewis so far has reached on 2 errors. I believe he did something else in the second inning. It was a ground out, I believe, or
They grounded out for his third of it.
So look to find himself get him a hit so far. Throws a little offline, but it was dropped by the shortstop covering second base.
Stolen base.
So it's going to be a stolen base there for Tristan Brugman. And did we forget to mention that Morrisville is seeking for their 6th straight district title?
6 straight. They've got 5 in a row now.
They have.
They're in a tough district this year. Already have a loss to Miller, and then Ash Grove's in that as well. So it'll be will not be an easy district. We've got a balk call here.
So a balk will be called. Lewis will trot down to third. So if you're Coach Stump, you're gonna have to be mindful of that, of Brugman on third. From my point of view, it looks like the third base path is wider than, say, the first base path.
Yeah, that's right. Now that we had that low spot, we widened it out to help with that. Well, that's SRR. Bus mechanic, welding guru, all things.
Landscaper.
He can run that skid steer, and he walked over here one day and said, well, you got a hump here, I'm going to take that out and put dirt here and put dirt here, and by the end of that day, he had it all where he wanted it to be.
Gotta thank him, you know.
Oh, yeah. Our great staff over there at Crane. Les can do anything with metal and dirt. Brent Metcalf can build anything. Brett Hilton can fix any kind of heating and air. So if they can't fix it, it probably isn't really broken or it needs to be replaced. One of the two.
And Brent Metcalf's always the guy, the last guy to tear everything down at the basketball after basketball games.
Always. Sets it up, tears it down.
It's always set up before I get there.
Yep. He's the one that says, get out of my way, Adam, so I can put things away. Doesn't say it out loud, but that's what's in his mind, probably.
Yep.
Throw your trash away and get out of the way.
3 balls and a strike to Lewis. Still 11-1. Our scorer, Brugman, is dancing at third.
Nice pitch.
And he gets him. So this sends this game on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Malstead, Cram, Murray coming up. Pirates trail it 11-1. Seth Malstead, the batter for the Crane Pirates, as the Pirate dugout is starting to get rowdy. As we said, another SWCL game going on in Purdy. It's Purdy hosting Billings right now. bottom of the 8th for the Cardinals and the Blue Jays.
Contreras just left the game.
Contreras
with an
just
injury.
left the game, and it's Andrew Kisner coming in. It's not good to see when you see Wilson Contreras come out.
Very good.
So Malstead strikes out. Looking brings up Gavin Cram. First baseman number 3, Gavin Cram. Gavin Cram, the batter. He's playing first today for the Pirates. As you know, Crane and Morrisville, that's always a fun rivalry.
Has been in the past, yes.
I know we've got Morrisville, they've got us, which they've improved ever since, I believe, 2018, 2019, which Justin Crumpley, who was the longtime head coach for the Panthers before Coach Gross took over. And Gross came in from Marionville before Alex Weatherman, which now he's at Lebanon. I believe it's Jacob Gideon is the new head coach at Marionville.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Don't know much about Gideon as it's Jake Murray to the plate. Second baseman number 21, Jake Murray. Jake Murray with 2 outs here in the inning after Cram, I believe, struck out swinging. Is that correct?
Yes.
So Murray, the batter, he has struck out looking back in the 2nd inning of play. The pitch is a ball 1-0. The next pitch, swing and a miss, and it is 1-0, or no, 1-1 the count there to Jake Murray. The 1-1 is downstairs, and it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Garrett Loftus, who hasn't thrown a first pitch strike to Jake Murray, as this is his first time that Murray is facing Garrett Loftus on the mound. Nobody on base with 2 outs. And the ball jumps off the screen. And it's 2-2. Bases so far have been wiped clean for the Pirates. 2-2. Still 2 outs here in the inning. The pitch upstairs, and it is now 3-2. Top 8 here they're in St. Louis. Blue Jays have regained the lead. It's 8-7 Toronto. There as Murray goes down on strikes. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It is an 11-1 Panther lead.